What's up, everyone? We're back with another leg by leg. I'm Justin from North Island Secondary School's champs. That was the sprint race run at Tuakau College. I'm focusing on the senior boys course today. I've got Will Tidswell jumping on the line shortly, and he's going to talk me through his winning race. Let's have a look at his route choices. Were there any slip-ups, anything he would do differently if he had another chance? Let's get into it. Hi, Will. Thanks for coming on leg by leg. Congratulations on your race today. Let's get into the details of the course. See how you did. Let's see if there were any things you would do differently if you had a second time round.
Nine. Yep.
So onto this first one.
Yep.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I had that 60-meter run to the start triangle, so it gave me a bit of time to sort out where I was going. And I saw the big black on the right, so I knew I had to go left straight away.
So and then basically this fence here, you mean?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
that sort of like kind of route choice there. Which meant that I had to go left.
Yep.
Yeah. And then once I turned around the building, I knew that it was straight ahead. And until I hit like an open area, and then it was in the corner.
Yeah. So you've got this big square bit, which is standing out, different to just the corridor stuff.
Yeah. And while I was running there, I was looking at number 2, like how to get there.
Oh, yep. So you're planning ahead. You're thinking about number 2 while you're moving to number 1.
Yeah. Which meant that I knew that going into 1, since it was a corner, I was going to stop anyway. So there was no flow really involved with it.
Yeah.
Which meant
flow being where you can keep one direction through the control and maintain a bit of momentum. If you have to stop at the control and turn around, then either route choice is equally viable.
Yeah.
There's no bonus points for being able to stay in the same running direction.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just about shortest distance from that point. And so went back out that way. Yeah. And then down, I knew that I had to just run until I hit open. Once I hit the open, I could go in.
So by open, you mean you're hitting the brown of the open paving as opposed to the grey of the canopy in the corridor. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And again, 1 to 2, I was looking at my 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 and where to go. And again, I had to stop and turn around there. This one, I did run back out the way I came and then to the right and down. Yeah, down there.
The other option being around that way.
Yeah, that just looked, I felt like that was a bit far for the route. Mm-hmm. And yeah, as distance-wise, it was definitely, I felt like it was quicker to go around that way than go around the whole nice. Building and around.
Yep. 4's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and then 3, 4, beauty, and then 4 to 5, that one, it was behind the tree, so I went around the tree, punched the control, and then kept running down to the left. So that guy. So that it was 2. It was, yeah. Why I did that?
Yep.
I think it was mainly because of the angle that you can get. So once you go into the corridor, you've got that, you can run straight across. Yeah. And I think
so it's slightly shorter than going like that.
Yeah. And again, you had to come to a corner, so you had to stop, so it didn't really matter about flow.
Okay. So do you think this way might be slightly shorter?
Yeah, probably.
Looks a little bit shorter to me. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. 6.
5 to 6. That was again like I'd come out and then run right to the end out of the corridor until I see the open section again.
Yep. So you can go full speed and you're safe once you're not going to overrun it.
Yep. So that was like keeping it simple.
Yep.
Good. And 67 easy straight. I used that big island area as my attack point, and knew that it was just beyond that, so went into it there.
Cool. And it's on a wall or a little retaining wall.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yep.
Cool. And then 7 to 8 there's a big black fence, so you had to come earlier, so cut across. Yep, that guy, and then straight down. And then 9, I passed it and looked to my left and saw the control. So I knew where it was.
So when you're running up here, you mean?
Yeah, when I was running up there.
You're going up there and your eyes were looking this way.
Yep.
Nice.
I saw the control. You ready to go?
Yep. Which way for 9? Around this way?
Yeah, it was weaving or
through.
It was I went like middle and then down. Yeah, nice. Yeah. And then yeah, I actually didn't go through that gap between the two buildings. It was really
you missed.
Very narrow.
So, but you were hoping to, but you just missed it.
Yeah. Well, I saw it, and it would have slowed me down quite a bit if I went through.
Yeah. So I think what they've done with the mapping here is they've applied the minimum gap size. So you can't put things so close together that they're like mapping it to reality. You have to enlarge it a little bit so that at least the map reader can see what's going on. So you've made a decision there based on maintaining your physical running speed, because you don't have to squish through a little gap.
Yeah, and then
nice.
So yeah, went right around. Yep, beauty. That was using the olive green for that one.
What was the olive green?
It was some like mounds with like tall grass on it. Mounds of dirt with tall grass. So yeah, and then 10 to 11, I knew it was between the two contours. Like midway between.
Okay, so you're concerned about overrunning it. Like there's nothing really, except for seeing the flag itself, there's nothing that's super obvious along this line of trees. So you could actually see that there was this down slope here and like a down slope there.
Yeah,
that's pretty insightful. What about this? What was that? That could have been useful.
That was a goalpost, but I didn't see that.
Maybe that's more obvious, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and this one, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. But yeah, running the 9, 10, 11, 12, I'd worked out my 13, worked out my 14, and I'd flipped the map and knew where I was going for my 15.
Cool, really nice plan in your head.
Yeah, because I was just running, so pretty obvious. 12 to 13, basically follow the line straight through.
Yep.
That was easily the fastest route. And I knew that I had to go between the two buildings, then a big square grass area, and then I could basically see the control from there.
So this big square bit here, you're looking for that. Yep. Nice. 14?
14, I went
west to east.
Straight, so keep the flow, but to the left.
Like
and that was.
Or did you go out to the left?
It's loading in. More like so down the building, the small building, and then to the left, and then through. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And for that one, I wanted to go right down the corridor, just because I've been there before, but I saw that at the end there was the fence.
So you wanted to do that. That looks like the shortest.
Yeah.
The shortest way to do it, but of course you actually would have to jump this fence, which could slow you down a little bit. So maybe that's not ideal, having to lose your momentum.
Yeah. And I left looked shorter for me, just because it's into the place of the building. But you could have gone right and gone right round.
Yep.
But yeah, again, it was like a corner control, so flow was not really applicable. And yeah, by that stage, I heard Devon on the speaker running like 12 to 13, I think it was. And I knew that I was a little bit in front, just a little bit. So I was like thinking about going harder this last little part, and it was in the school, which was good because Luke Clements, who got second, was very fast on her, and then more for me.
Cool. Only really one way to do 15.
Yep. And yeah, that was more. You could see the two black lines, which you know what it is, and so you could come in after that one. That was easy.
Yep.
15 to 16, I believe I went straight out, almost to like the 18 way. Yep, down there, and then cut across, and that was looking at the angles again. And then, yeah.
So just trying to get these diagonal lines in against the line of the square buildings. Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Back and around or east through the courts?
I went around the building for that one, just because I'd seen Luke Clements do it and Cameron Bonner do it.
Oh, yep.
And so yeah, I sort of used that one as I know where they went. I know that's probably the fastest route because you can see the tennis courts. So yeah, just boosted down that. 17, 18 that way. That was pretty straightforward. And yeah, at that stage, Devon said 1 second behind, so started picking up the pace there just a little bit. 18 to 19, straight out through that little gap there, between the like 22 and the long building. Yeah, and then just rounding in.
Oh, and you probably remember that fence was a no-go from the start. So it almost looks tempting if you don't take a clear look at the map to do that, but of course that's not possible.
Nope. Yeah, definitely down. And then 19 to 20, I went back to the left. Yep, and straight down the corridor, which is easy going.
Yep, nice and safe.
Right to the end. And then for this one, once I hit there, I jumped the fence.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, because there was stairs there that weren't marked. Yeah, so I was like, I don't pick up the stairs, jump the fence.
And just to clarify, in case people are less familiar with the symbol set, this fence here is the really thick black line, which is the uncrossable fence. This fence here is a thin black line, which is crossable. Cool. Down onto the field.
Yep.
Down the corridor.
That's the one. Beauty.
We're audience.
And then 21, 22 was just straight out. I'd actually seen that control at a prior stage, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I don't know where. Just remember seeing it. Yeah, and then I actually reached through that one because it was right on the top, so I didn't have to run up the stairs. I just.
Yep. Nice.
This is easy. And then 22, 23, straight.
Can you just go? Can you make that sound when you do it?
Wow.
Sure didn't.
Watched it. Sweet. Okay. Nice run. So nothing major to improve. I think that's pretty clean race in a tight area of buildings. So well done, and thanks for sharing your course with me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. So Will's obviously had quite a clean run in those buildings. He's moving pretty quickly through those buildings, making decisions very, very quickly. And I think the things that enable him to make those decisions so quickly, well, it might seem like he's making the decisions really quickly, but he's actually spreading his decision making around over the course. So whenever there's a moment that he's just got some easy running to do, he's actually planning ahead and making the decisions that will come later in the course at an earlier stage, so that when he does have some detailed legs in a row, when he does it, where there's a lot of decisions to make, he can, use up that buffer of decisions that he's already pre-planned, as opposed to always being on the edge. And if you're always on the edge, you just have to have one little slip up and you've got no buffer. You have to stop, spend some time, and then get going again. Whereas he's always ahead of the game. So that's where you want to get to, I think, if you want to be a fast sprint orienteer. See ya.